section I wanted to talk about here. A external battery pack. They are a complete lifesaver when it comes to maintaining your resolution or maintaining your play session or grind.
Yep, because it will kill your battery. It will.
Completely agree. Especially if you need to stay late at work, or if you work a long day and your phone may have been on too bright of a setting at the time, so it completely drained your battery or it killed your battery. I just upgraded recently, so I'm lucky that my thing's still alive right now, but there's often times I'm like, why is my right side so hot right now?
Exactly.
And it's like,
my pant is on fire.
I left the flashlight on because I was checking for something under there, and I'm like, oh.
Mine just gets overheated for no reason. I'm just being in my pocket when I'm at work. And I'm like, yeah. But when I'm at work, I get 7,000 steps in.
Yep. That's good thing and bad thing. So, sorry, hamster fell off the wheel there. So yeah, most batteries take a beating just from general work, especially if you have certain settings will actually help you save your battery life as well. So if you're at work and your signal drops in and out in your location, then you want to make sure you're hooked up to the Wi-Fi. Or if you have a lot of Wi-Fi signals in the area that you don't want to connect to, you want to turn off your Wi-Fi. Because your phone will repeatedly try to connect to the Wi-Fi.
But will it count the steps?
Yeah, because it just uses your phone's pedometer.
Like, what if you're on airplane mode?
Airplane mode is somewhat of a mystery. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Because sometimes airplane mode will actually still work for Wi-Fi.
And, yeah.
So, but it usually turns off most other signals. But AdventureSync, there's still certain things that are changing or editing.
Do you have to have the app in the background, or do you have to have it closed?
AdventureSync, you want to have the app closed because AdventureSync goes off of the pedometer. And I actually found out, to my dismay, a few AdventureSync times that I actually missed out was I had my Pokeball Plus hooked up to my phone as I was on the treadmill, running/walking the 15 kilometers I needed, thanks to G Fuel.
How many miles is that?
18.
You ran 18 miles on a treadmill?
I walk/jog some of it, maybe.
Jeez, you could catch me running a mile, that's it.
But basically, because I had the Pokeball Plus hooked up, as well as my Apple Watch, it didn't track the distance for the eggs as efficiently as it should have. And then I disconnected the Pokeball Plus, and then I got those last couple kilometers to hatch the eggs that I needed. And I'm like, live and learn.
Wait, so how did your eggs hatch from AdventureSync?
AdventureSync, just how the pedometer in your phone will automatically register to your account. So when the app is closed and nothing is running in the background, that it can't run your distance, your exact location. Because if your app is open and still connected and still running, then it will track your GPS location wherever you're going or drifting to. But if it's just AdventureSync running on your phone, then you going back and forth with the pedometers, Apple Watch, fitness, whatever it is, then those steps and movements from those devices will then register the account and then apply to your whatever you have going. So it'll add to your total, it'll add to your buddy, it'll add to your eggs, and then it'll hatch or give you a candy or add to your total. That way you can actually use that distance to your advantage. The other thing, if there's any wizards out there, Wizards Unite actually just added AdventureSync as well. Ingress, I'm waiting on you. Seriously, come on. But yeah, they just added the AdventureSync mode as well, because they have their port key system, but you must have the app open in order for any port keys to unlock. which honestly, that was extremely frustrating to me because I'm busy playing a game, trying to balance between 3 other games, and already one of the other games didn't require me to have it open, but it helps if I have it open, especially since most phones will actually close out any other apps if they're not currently being used. So I'd be playing Pokemon Go, and then switching to Ingress to hack and take care of other things, and then Wizards Unite, I would then try and switch to that, but because I didn't have Wizards Unite up, the 0.5 kilometers I walked going from one end of the corner to the other end of the street didn't actually register to it, so I'm like, well, there's no point of still playing because I'm not getting the distance that I need, and other reasons as well. I honestly liked Wizards Unite, but I didn't like that it was Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Something about it just left a bad taste in my mouth, in my opinion, because they're trying too hard with the whole Harry Potter franchise, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. You do you. Pokemon does the same thing. But they don't beat it down your throat. Yeah. Maybe it was that they use their characters too much. Like, every so often it would just be Harry nonstop, or Hermione nonstop, or Ron nonstop, and I'm like, yes, I know the characters, I know a lot of people have a love for them, but I'm kind of like, it didn't feel as good to me, whereas it could just be this magical world where you're a wizard, and you create your own story, and that you're not just riding on Harry Potter's coattails.
Adventure Quest.
That would be nice. But that's just my few qualms with Wizards Unite, that it's Harry Potter's Wizards Unite. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about it some other time. It's not a bad game. Uses a shit ton of data. Uses a lot of data. If you are playing that game, before you leave the house or anytime you're near any Wi-Fi, check for assets, download them, and do that. Because it will kill your data plan, and it'll kill your battery life as well.
Well, that's why we have unlimited data.
It's only limited. It's unlimited to a point. There are certain things that will actually be and won't be.
What you know about my unlimited data?
That most data plans will actually slow you down after a certain amount. Yeah, it happens.
Well, I never.
Things they don't tell you.
I never get to that, so.
Must be nice. Yeah, I felt it once. It sucked. Yeah, it was rough. Because live streaming with another device uses about 5 gigs for 2 hours. It's rough. Especially certain games, yeah. But anyway, the other thing, while we're on Wizards Unite, the other thing is the spell animation. You do a spell cast. It's a spin, it's a spin, it's a spin. It's not very appealing. Now, when you throw a Pokeball, that has the whole physics going on with it. You could smack that Pokemon square on the nose. Granted, it's not going to flinch, but
I wish
you can actually see the ball hit like a certain way. And I've even had it. I wish I had it on camera. I wish I did. That the ball would go on there, spin a few times, bounce on the Pokemon, and then, as soon as that attack animation stopped, it would go and catch the Pokemon. And I'm like, oh, so awesome. Maybe I'm more in line with Pokemon, but the smell, they stink. That's
you smell
it. But the spell animation that you do the wave flick or the stylus, not the stylus. You do the spells movement, which is very nice, that you have to be fast, be quick, take care of that. But it would be nice if...
It's all about the technique.
If it could actually hit them a certain way. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going with this. If it hit them a certain way, or had a special type of animation. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. Anyway, enough with wizarding. The main thing we wanted to talk about here, when it came to the dirty Augmentionables, is battery life. Because if you're out and about, you always want to have an extra charging cord on you. You always want to have a battery pack with you. Depending on your play session, your play style, or your device, you may actually want to invest in a decent-sized one.
Car charger.
Car chargers are essential, yes. They will charge you from here to there. If you're doing a lot of raiding, then it will keep your battery alive as you're going. Just keep in mind, if you have a vent clip and you have the heat or the air conditioning on, sometimes the moisture from the air conditioning will actually cause some problems for your device. The extra moisture can be a bit of a headache though. And the heat will drive up your device's temperature. Cold and heat. If your phone is outside of its normal temperature, outside of room temperature, or too hot or too cold, it will actually drive down the battery's strength, and the phone may throttle some apps or throttle some applications to actually keep the phone running at a certain speed, as well as the lithium-ion batteries won't... I don't know exactly what batteries you may have. Batteries can't conduct the electricity as well during the cold.
So if I left my phone in front of this flyer,
iPhone will have a warning on there that will tell you that your device is too hot, powering off.
Won't even let you use it.
Yeah. It gets shut down. I was riding my bike. I had the phone in the front, and it was a sunny day during the summer, and the phone was in direct sunlight, and it basically told me, device is too hot, powering off. So I basically took it from the clear pouch that I had it on the top, and I put it in the lunchbox that was in the lunchbox that I had as like the basket for the bike, because I was like, okay, I'm out and about playing Pokemon. I need to make sure that I'm maintaining my food and maintaining my energy, because I don't need to get hangry with people because they're being stupid at a raid. Bring in some random Pokemon that Blissey does not help with the raid.
Blissey!
Yeah.
Wow, you breathed out and then the lights turned on.
Oh yeah. How about that?
I've had the opposite, where my phone froze. I was at a cabin. It was like up, like way north of Pennsylvania, and the cabins are outside and it's cold and there's no heating in there. And then I was like, you gotta walk to a different place to go shower because there's no shower in there. And I sat it on top inside my little suitcase, and then somehow I fell to the ground. And when I came back, I couldn't do nothing until for like 3 days, and it finally thawed out. I couldn't do anything. The only thing I could do was hold down Siri and say open so and so, open whatever. I couldn't use it.
Huh. That's odd. Yeah, it sounds like the touch calibrations got frozen. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would have said that you probably could have just held it close to your body and went from there, but it might have been like a screen connection or something too. Because, yeah, sometimes when I'm in the cooler at work, if I put my phone on the shelf while I'm doing like a cycle count or something for some reason, then after like 30, 20 minutes, the phone is like, okay, it's getting too cold, or it starts slowing down, and it's like, up. But yeah, the external batteries are great. You can find a lot of generic companies out there on Amazon or anywhere, but Anchor is a top-tier product. Usually, other companies, you'll notice, they'll have something along the lines of an A name or something. I think I got an Akeem battery because they were trying to be like an off-brand of Anchor, because obviously people are always saying random things or saying names incorrectly when they're meeting up with people. So they're like, oh yeah, I got this Akeem battery. Meanwhile, this company knows that, so they're like, okay, we're going to send out something close by. Just like all those random B-rate movies that end up on Redbox that are a similar name to whatever movie is out or very popular right now. And then they're like, okay, here's the Dragon Prince. Meanwhile, the Dragon King is in theaters or something like that. And they're like, oh yeah, this movie's great for right now. People will pick it up by mistake and then they'll get their $1 or $2. So yes, Anchor is on point and a great product, great quality. The Akeem battery thing that I had was hit or miss at times. It held a good charge, but after a while it just started going downhill fast. And the Anchor one I have, I can charge my device 4 times with a full charge from the Anchor battery. 4 times, and it has a fast charge feature. So basically, my phone charges in half the time because it can take that fast of a charge.
Wow.
As well as the battery has that faster output. So my phone charges 30% in like 20 minutes. So I'm like, shit, my phone's almost dead at work. And then I just pull out the battery pack, plug it in, go do something else, come back, and it's good to go. Yeah, it's awesome.